Hey guys, Lego 27 Bricks here, and it's been a while, and I'm sorry for that. I know I've been uploading like video game videos, but I'm sure a majority of my subscribers aren't really interested in those, or more interested in my Lego videos. And I really apologize for not putting more out, but my tripod that I usually use to film these videos is broken, like really broken. I can't really fix it with glue or duct tape, although I might try again to fix it. And so I just want to say I'm really sorry. And also, this video is going to be really close up because I'm using just a small tabletop tripod. It's on the same table as this, and it's kind of a small table, so I can't really zoom out. And that's quite unfortunate. But today I have a video on a Lego Atari 2600 joystick. Here's the real one, and there's the Lego one. And I do want to make a Lego Atari 2600, but it's awkwardly shaped if you haven't seen like the original Atari 2600, not the Atari 2600 Junior, but the actual like wood-grained Atari 2600. But I have been kind of messing around with it. Now, as you can see here, it's pretty close to the original. I even managed to get the little orange circular thing, as you can see here, and it also has the little red orangish button. And I did try to get the folds, like the rubber folds in the joystick, and this is probably the part I'm least satisfied with because there isn't a 5x5 dish of the black variety. I know there's the Scala 5x5 dish, or Scala, or whatever it's called, but it doesn't exist in black, and it's not as curved as these. It's kind of more straight, just like a diagonal. And so I can't really insert a middle dish here, although I did try something by inserting a little tire in there, which you might be able to see. And also, on the real joystick, you can see how it kind of slopes down here. There's a little ridge there. I also managed to incorporate this on the Lego model, as you can see there and there. And the controller also has little rubber feet, and the cord, of course, right there. I did not include the cord on this, although I kind of really wanted to, but I didn't have any 4mm hosing, so I just decided against it. And the feet are just in the four corners, which is technically incorrect, but I really don't have any issues with it being incorrect right there, considering that's not the most major detail. And also, before I put away the actual controller, it is really, really close in dimension, like really close, as you can see. So I'm really happy that the dimensions of the real joystick were so easily translatable to Lego, unlike the Atari 2600 itself. And you know, it grips just like the Atari 2600 controller and everything. And I'm going to give you a brief overview without the real deal being in the way. And now I'll go on to kind of the techniques I used to make this. Now, most of the construction is just fairly simple snot, you know, just a couple of like headlight bricks and stuff like that to combine it together. And as you can see in the little crack, I did use the 4mm hose fake stud technique. That was more for stability because if I were to remove it, you can see how there's a kind of a gap here. The gap just widens slightly, which is kind of annoying. So I just decided to stick in some of that rubber hose to try to alleviate that. As you can see, it's still trying to force its way out, but it's lessened quite a bit. And I don't know why that happens so much just without the rubber, but whatever. And the red button is just attached to a single stud. There's nothing really special about it. I'll try to rotate that back. That looks good. I don't know. And the joystick, this is the most complex part. I'm going to actually remove the joystick part. And the joystick is just a combination of dishes. I'll remove. So first off, there's a 6x6 dish right here in black, of course. And then I put on it's about 3 studs in diameter, the little rubber wheel. And then I used a 4 wide dish in black and placed that over the 6x6 dish in the wheel, which kind of added a little bit extra rubber to kind of make up for the missing fold. And then just a bunch of round pieces here for the joystick part, and then a bit of flex tubing just for some extra support and to attach it to the dish in the little axle spot, which I'm not really sure you can see because it's not picking up well on camera. Then I just slot that in there. And of course there's one of the new 2x2 kind of jumper plate tile things. Or I guess it's just a modified 2x2 tile with one stud in the center. I guess what they would call it. Now, for the interesting bit. Now, how did I achieve this circle? Well, it's really quite simple. I used an arch piece. More specifically, an arch piece that looks like this. Now, these arch pieces, or at least the older ones, have an interesting property in that a stud can actually grip to the bottom part here, as you can see, and slide around and whatnot, but actually be attached. Because these little side areas are actually thick enough so that a stud can be attached, which is really cool. I really like that. That's a really unique property that this piece has that LEGO removed. Like, I don't know why they removed it, but it's really annoying. Here's a newer version of the arch. This one's black, so it's a little bit harder to see. But as you can see here, it's moving back and forth a little bit, and it won't stick. It's really unfortunate. And I ordered these on Bricklink, and I don't think Bricklink has a distinction between the ones that are thick enough to attach a plate and the ones that aren't, which is really, really frustrating because I ordered like 6 of these thinking that they would be the ones I needed, which granted I should have checked, you know, it's also my fault too, but that just really, really made me mad because I didn't have 4 kind of because I sold something to a friend that incorporated 2 that actually gripped it, but we got all sorted out and I got 2 of the black things that gripped it and I can finish it, so thank God. So that's how the orange bits are connected, or at least these ones. The 4 cardinal ones, I'm just going to call them that because they're north, south, east, west, are attached via this, which all this is just a 1x1 brick with 1 stud, jutting out, I believe, 5 plates, and then connecting to a 1x2 tile, which then has a jumper plate on it, just to kind of fill it in a bit. Because when you put in the joystick, I didn't want you to be able to see kind of the under compartments, which you still can, because it's really hard to just fill in that gap perfectly. Although I think I did a pretty decent job covering it up, as you can kind of see there, because you can't see if you're just looking straight down. But if you go like this, you can actually kind of peer inside, which is unfortunate, and I can't really fix that. But I'm still really, really satisfied with how this turned out. I thought this turned out really well, like a lot better than I expected it to. And that's really all I have to say about this. Thank you for watching.